now the pace car pulls off to the right-hand side, and the pace setter is Michael Hitchcock in the Crosscape Forklift Ford Mustang, 68 Mustang, and alongside him Franco Donadio in
the line. The revs will climb and the engines will roar as the lights go out, and away we go between both classes, the Lauda Classic cars and the Caltron Fine cars that will just lead out behind the Classics. Into Block Point Corner they go, and around entry, so about 28 cars in Classics and about 8 in it. And side by side they go through dams.
Look, Louis Powell in that 2-liter Escort, still sitting up there behind him. When Louis brings back an RX-7 Mazda, I don't know. But in the meantime, he's there in the Escort.
Goes Boetie Race, Brian Evans, there's Boetie van Sail. As now we're back to the lead here, going through Dams Dip.
But nice return from Eric van der Merwe in that Porsche. Up behind him there's Ferdy Maton, then Brian Evans, and then
the rest of the field comes through. There's the Capri, there's another Mustang, the likes of
the field coming through. There's the likes of Baton with Evans.
and Jared Evans rather, as they run down towards Pertamina Fostron and still passing that backbone of Roger Lewis. That's still sitting in class.
Behind him, Trevor Momberg. Eddie van der Merwe still fending off Jared Evans. That's a good scrap there. Ferdy Maton. And Boetie van Sail coming through there, but he's got Josh Dovey on his inside. Dovey in that little Janetta trying to squeeze his way through, and Dovey gets it right. Josh enjoying that little Janetta. He's like a little Lego block in between all these big cars, but he's giving it absolute horns now into Cashel corner. That Janetta looking absolutely...
of the classics, but there is Ferdy Mouton and Brian Evans really fighting it out. Brian's son Jared just ahead. He can see his son in the distance. Boetie van Sail. Yeah, look how close that is getting now. Josh Dovey is mixing it up. That Janetta is so light and so nimble that it's really, it's smaller than the Escorts. And generally the Escorts are the smaller ones. Minus, of course, the Morris of Calvin Beekman and the Minis that we don't quite see anymore. There they go. And into the foam he goes. Luckily that foam was there. That softened the impact by a major margin, but you also saw the amount of water that was sprayed up in the big puddle.